Are you gonna put your phone down?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're starting.
Are you live right now?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh. Let me put my phone up. I'm just trying to pull the ledger.
What the fuck is a Vision?
What do you mean?
Apple has something called a Vision Pro.
I don't know.
Book a demo. Seamlessly blends digital content with your physical. Oh God, no! Oh, heck to the no! Look at it. It's like goggles.
Ew, that's so dumb, dude.
But like, oh no, wait, watch the video.
Oh, it's just okay.
Yeah.
It's like the Apple glasses or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Like what?
But like, who's gonna walk around their house like anywhere with that?
No, I think I'm gonna get a VR headset before I get that. Like
Oh,
I think I'm gonna get the
VR head
Quest or whatever. It's called.
Yeah, Quest. Yeah, I really want that.
Yeah. So the first like few minutes were just.
So it's gonna be the just checking in, just catching up, that thing. Since you know we're finally in person now. Like I said, eventually I am gonna make us the little screen things to tell us what segment we're in. I think it would be really cute and everything. But honestly, where we're at right now with life, how life has been. What was the purpose of that? What was the purpose of that? What was the actual purpose of that?
Just want people to hear the opening of my soda. You want to still judge the way I sit, dude?
Yeah.
Why? It's a comfy sitting position. What is so wrong with the sitting position?
Your ADHD is showing.
What do you mean?
Your ADHD is showing.
How is my ADHD showing?
Because you can't sit like a normal person.
What's wrong with sitting like this, though?
I'm not any better. I'm crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, but that's, I guess, more normal. But I mean, like, also, how is this not normal? I feel like I see people sit like this all the time.
Because they're ADHD. Doing this or sitting like this is an ADHD thing. And this is how you were sitting earlier.
You know what's crazy? I sit like this in my desk chair.
I sit like this in my desk chair, if we're going to be honest.
I can't sit like that. I can never, well, even though it actually does seem kind of comfortable.
It does.
It'd be comfortable. I'm not gonna lie.
I told you it was going to be comfortable.
So anyways, guys, how's it going?
Ridiculous.
I think I'm gonna sit like this the entire time. Because this is quite entertaining for me. Yeah. So what's up? No, my back, honestly. I think that's why I like sitting like this. Is because of the fact that, like,
it's not
my back can be stretched out. Yeah. Like, and it's just. Also, I got big legs, so like I got big legs, so it also hurts because I can't like fully stretch out my legs like this, and then I feel short when I'm like this because like one, I'm facing the camera the entire time, so I can't like face you, so I gotta like, what do I do? This then? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do I do?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You got to figure it out yourself. Do you feel comfortable? Are you settled?
I felt more comfortable in the other position.
Then go in the other position.
I get judged for that position.
I said one comment about it before we started, and then you brought it back up.
Oh, crisscross applesauce.
Don't leave the pillow. Leave the pillow. Child.
I like this pillow though.
You've lost access to him. Leave the pillow.
That's just I want your pillow. You guys see the abuse that I get, right?
The abuse? You were the one attacking me! Can you?
I'm just trying to put it right back where it belongs.
I need to get a new one for the upcoming holiday, which is going to be Valentine's Day. Like something for it.
Just get a new pillow for every single
That's what I'm thinking
stream.
now. Not every single stream. Do you know how many
every
pillows?
single one.
Do you know how many pillows that would be?
Not much. 50.
2.
4. Well, it wouldn't be 52 this year.
Yeah, it would be 54 because we're not.
It wouldn't be 54.
Why did you say wait? Pause.
I wanted to give you I wanted to give you a hard time. It'd be like 50. Maybe 50 or 49. Because
This is how we're starting.
April 4th.
Well, we missed last week. Did we? Wait, no.
No, today is the start of it.
Yes, okay, never mind.
April 4th you'd be missing. And then the following week after April 4th.
Yes. I'm not going to be back until the 15th.
Yeah, so that should be in time for the following podcast.
Yeah, the 18th will be the day that we're back.
Yeah, so this should be fun. I believe.
You're ridiculous.
I'm ridiculous because my phone fell?
No, you're just ridiculous for the pillow situation.
Just saying, you know. Well, also, I guess you said at the end of this month you might not be able to.
Well, no, I texted Molly and told her that we'll do it on Saturday night because I'm not going into DC while she's here.
You don't want to go into DC with her?
I don't like going into DC in the first place.
DC sucks. Even though you guys always dragged me along, you were like, "Hey, do you want to come to DC with us?" Like,
and I literally, so Lonnie asked me, he was like, "For New Year's, do you want to do anything? Do you want to go?" I was like, "Every time we go into DC, I don't have a good time.
DC is such trash. It's so expensive.
It's so
For
expensive.
no reason.
And then we Uber out there because there's no parking anywhere to be found ever, and the Ubers are so expensive.
Also, I don't want to drive in DC, especially at night.
Fuck
Especially
no.
not during the fucking weekend. I'm sorry, I keep cussing. I gotta stop doing that.
My bad. Heck no.
Yeah, it's just
no. It's just a no. It's just a no for me.
Yeah, like I hate parking out there. I hate the traffic. I don't even know the roads well enough to where it's like, yeah, I know when to get over and all that.
I know certain parts of DC well-ish, but that's just because I have to commute.
Because the metro doesn't even run that late, does it?
No, it ends at like midnight now.
Yeah, it's so lame. That's so lame that it does that. Like,
Do you know you're not allowed to eat or drink on the metro?
everybody does it. Who cares?
I know. But did you know that you're not allowed to? And
Yeah.
that they like literally arrested like a child for eating a single fry once?
A child?
Yes, like an actual child.
They arrested a child.
Yeah, it was like on one of my true crime things. It was like a whole thing.
That's a little sad. That's a little.
She was like 12.
That's weird. That's very weird.
Because at first the rule was just for teenagers, like kids.
So like.
That they couldn't like do. Like there were so many different rules against like kids on the metro and everything. So like if you were an adult, it was okay, but if you were a child, it wasn't. It was a wild time, apparently.
Yeah.
It was like early 2000s.
It's picking up our audio, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I just want to make sure. Because, like.
Do you want to check on your phone real quick? Do you want to check on your phone? Are you happy now?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Is your anxiety settled?
Yes. Okay.
All right. As long as your anxiety's now settled.
I just wanted to make sure because we've had trouble with this, like, before.
Can you leave him alone? You wanted him here, and now you keep attacking him.
I got the one thing. I dropped the one thing that could annoy you for
The
sure.
pin?
Yes.
I'm glad.
I dropped it.
Good. I would like to have the dogs out and like just roaming around.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You would have to come over so early for that for them to actually calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna start doing one way, so.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, but Nyx would be fine.
Yeah, Nyx.
She would just crawl up like right here and just look at you and be like, "Pet me, pet me, pet me."
Really, you could always pull out the other side of it too, though. So that way they aren't like completely in front of us, but.
Well, Gatsby's just.
Gatsby always comes up to me, no matter how long, and just starts licking for no reason. Like I'm just like, dude, come on.
I don't know what's wrong with my dog. I don't know what to tell you. I have.
Especially if I'm wearing my work pants.
Oh, it's because you smell like me.
Sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, 100% for that. But like, even like these pants.
Did she lick you today?
No, because she's feeling there.
Yeah, that's true.
Like even when I went to she still didn't really like mess with me, so that was fun. Oh, we didn't give them bones. They seem fine.
They're fine.
Yeah.
They're doing good.
Yeah.
I'll get the bones later.
Right. But yeah. Yeah. I'd be down to do that though. Come over earlier enough to where
they can calm down.
Yeah, as long as I don't get vertigo again.
Yeah, what the fuck was that yesterday?
First of all, cutting. What the heck?
What the heck was that yesterday?
I don't know, dude. It was like, so Thursday night, I did not feel good when I came home from work. I had like a huge headache, and then my eyes were hurting me. So that's why I didn't stream Thursday night.
Which I didn't even notice because I was already in bed.
I feel
like Thursday I went to bed really early for no reason.
I honestly kind of crashed around like 10 o'clock.
Which is unheard of for you.
Yeah. And then I woke up, I don't know, like 3 a.m. Everything was spinning. I was just like, nope, I'm going back to sleep. I'm not doing this. And then I woke up, I woke up at 3 a.m., texted my gym partners that, like, hey, I'm definitely not good. So
no, they did not show up, by the way, because I went to the gym and they were there.
It's because I texted. Usually, whenever I don't go, they don't go.
But why?
I don't know. Because I'm like, yo, you guys have each other. Like, you can still go. But they're always just like, no, it's not as fun as if you're not there. I'm like, I'm most of the time not in the class, though, with you guys. Like, Fridays and Tuesdays are about the only times I'm in class with them.
That makes no sense at all.
I don't know. I don't know.
And I only see you at the gym on Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Monday mornings.
Yeah.
And Friday mornings.
Yeah.
I don't see you any other day. You don't go on Saturdays.
Well, I go on Saturdays.
When you go on Saturdays, I
won't be going on Saturday for the next 4 months because I'm going running with my sister.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're training for that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. So, last week we did our whole New Year's resolutions, blah blah blah.
I still gotta order the Etsy.
I'm sorry, mister. I'm ordering it January 1st.
I was gonna do it, but I was streaming my hitless runs, and then I fell asleep. Well, I got off stream, and I was just like, okay, because I got a new PB that night.
Okay, but it's the 4th.
I don't know why I've been putting it off. I don't know. Fine, I'll go do it right now. No, I'm not gonna do it right now.
But okay, so one of the things to try to hold me accountable, because on top of that, Lonnie told me that if I fully catch up on One Piece, that he'll get me the most expensive thing he's ever gotten me before, like more expensive than my wedding ring.
A Tesla?
I don't want a fucking Tesla. I'm good. I don't want a Tesla.
Stupid.
The Cybertrucks are fucking stupid as shit.
Dude, why are there so many people around here that have a Cybertruck now?
There's like 3.
No.
What do you?
They're multiplying. I swear.
Nope. I'm good.
I saw 3 at one time, and then I saw 2 at a different time, different colors.
I'm good.
And then
I'm good.
I've been
Why
stealing
would
in
you
people's
buy that?
driveways.
Why would you buy that? And you know what's making me laugh so much is people are trying to prove that Cybertrucks are good in the winter,
Yeah.
but all they're proving is that they are absolutely horrible in the
Yeah.
winter. Like, I'm sorry, it's almost like they were made for the states that, like
California.
California, Texas weather.
Yeah.
Like,
Florida. Well, nobody in Florida would actually probably get that.
no, I could see people in Florida
You
buying.
think so?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Like Malibu area.
Yeah,
No. That's so lame.
yeah.
I just realized we're probably gonna have a Cybertruck on GTA 6.
Probably.
Like,
Have you seen the freaking dancers for that they got for this?
Mhm.
Oh my god! So you know how like whenever they're doing like the CGI and everything, they'll like do the people like actually act out what's happening, and then they'll do like
Yeah.
yeah.
Like with
So-
the balls on them and everything. Like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
with the actual.
So they did that for GTA 6 with the strippers. So like for the lap dances and everything, it's actual dancers. It's gonna
Like
be
actual strippers, like strippers actually.
dancers. I don't know if it's actual strippers or not.
I don't say.
I don't know if they grab actual strippers, but it's dancers, at least.
Because I mean, there is pole dancing classes that people take.
Yeah,
So-
and there's like yeah.
Okay.
So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting.
So is it gonna be on Vietnam?
And you can go home now.
No. No. All right. I'm not the person that you should be judging for this because so many other people that I'm like in the whole entire like group with,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, yeah, we're gonna use the MetaQuest or we're gonna use like PSVR or whatever for so many different things, and I'm just
Yep.
like, cool. You guys have fun with that. I'm gonna go not get this for that. So
But what I was saying was with the whole One Piece thing
yeah.
is to keep me on track with actually catching up.
Mhm.
Is I want to do a little like thing where it's like right after we do our like intro and we like catch up a little bit. It's like here's the updates from this week of my One Piece journey of
Mhm.
like what I've read or whatever the fuck else whatever else I've done, watched, read, whatever it is. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't read anything this week. But well,
you're about to be in school. That's gonna be even
I
harder.
know it is. But
nothing. It's gonna be so much harder, dude. You're making excuses now. Just wait till you're in class.
anyways,
Uncalled for it.
I have charged my iPad so I can actually start reading it on my iPad.
Okay. Alright.
But I also figure I can just let everyone know where I am currently in One Piece.
To be fair, I'm not caught up.
Lonnie thought he was caught up. He's actually chapter 5. He was like the other night we were in the Discord and for his podcast.
Yeah.
And everybody was playing oh my god.
I'm tired.
I'm not. I just had to yawn. I was low on oxygen.
What? What did you just say?
I was low on oxygen. Anyways, we're all playing. He was like talking about the latest chapter, and everybody was like, "Oh no, that was last week. That's that. There's one more chapter out now." So he's, "God damn it!" But so like where I'm currently at is right after Water 7.
Chapter like 400 something.
Like 420 something ish. Right after Robin's backstory, they're in the middle of the fights.
Mhm.
We just got our first like Luffy level up thing, like gear level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like gear 2, I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm 38 chapters.
Behind me. Oh, behind on One Piece. Because I was about to say that doesn't make any sense.
I'm all caught up on Kaiju number 8.
I have not even started Kaiju number 8.
So
I've heard, so that's the reason why I haven't. Even Lonnie was like, this is something that like you're gonna like. dive into. He's like, it's gonna become one of your favorite things. And I was like, I can't do that to myself right now. If I'm trying to get caught up on One Piece, I can't start that.
No, you definitely need to finish one. Get caught up on One Piece, and then you can go to. Honestly, Kaiju number 8, it's getting close to being finished. It seems like.
Okay, well that's good.
So, just wait until it's finished. I think.
And then I can, yeah. But yeah. So we're right past Robin's backstory. They're in like Frankie just beat. Oh, you know where I'm at? Chopper's like gone ballistic.
Oh, dope. Oh.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
It's Chopper just went like completely ballistic.
Yeah,
And
his like third rumble ball.
yeah, and Frankie just like dove into the water with him.
Yeah. Okay.
Frankie doesn't have a devil fruit, does he? He's just a mechanic person.
No. Well, you haven't met everybody on the crew. There's only.
No, I'm missing the skeleton dude.
You're missing more than just a skeleton dude.
Lonnie told me that was it.
Nope.
He lied to me?
Jinbei.
Jinbei? Who is Jinbei?
That's right. Yeah, there's more than just a skeleton dude.
Oh.
I mean, granted, you don't really get the final crew member really until you're caught up to where we're at, basically.
The fuck do you?
But you know, it's more of a like he's gonna or they're gonna be a crew member before the time skip.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
So like it's bound to happen. Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, now that I already said the name, you're also gonna know who it is. But you'll probably forget by the time you get to there.
Honestly, I already forgot the name that you said.
Yeah.
It's me that we're talking about here.
There are though.
Robin, Luffy,
Skeleton
Dude, Chopper.
That's it. That's all that has a devil fruit.
All right, that works.
So 4 out of 10.
Okay. Well, that's currently where I'm at in One Piece. I plan to try to read. So my goal is to read. So I have my actual books that I read, and then the mangas that I read.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to read every single week. To read 5 chapters of either one, but like alternate days, so that I'm getting further, progressing in both.
Mm-hmm.
And if I read more, great. If I read, but I can't read less.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
5 chapters?
Yeah. Well,
episode. Wait, what?
5. If I'm reading One Piece, it's 5 chapters.
Okay.
If I'm watching,
honestly, at this point,
I don't think I'm really gonna watch any of it. If we're gonna be honest, until after the time skip.
At this point, though, I'd say that an episode is basically a chapter.
It is.
Because it's literally like there's over 1,000+ episodes, and there's the same amount of chapters, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Because that's not how it usually works in every other manga that gets turned into an anime.
It's because they draw out the fights a lot more in the animes.
Yeah, which like they repeat
so much. And on top of that, with the earlier episodes, which is why I probably won't watch until after the time skip if I watch it again, is because half of the actual quote unquote episode is a recap of the previous episode.
Yeah, you're literally
plus
like
the intro. So we're skipping anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes ahead, depending on the episode.
Yeah.
And then you also have to figure out which is filler, which isn't filler, and skip those episodes. So I'm just gonna read.
Yeah, during you can basically just read all of not Fishman Island, but the one after.
I know what you're talking about. But that's seriously, that's the goal right now, is just to read 5 chapters of either One Piece or my actual book a day. Yeah. And I say 5 chapters because while the One Piece chapters of manga are going to be shorter, so that's why I'm like, more will be great for that one. With the actual books that I read, the chapters are a bit longer because it's not images that you can see what's happening. They have to describe to you what's happening. So that's the difference there. So that's the goal right now with when it comes to One Piece and everything with that.
I gotta figure out a goal. I mean, my goal is I'm just trying to edit once a day for an hour and then draw for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I also haven't done the drawing one either. But I need to get a new sketchbook, honestly.
I have plenty of sketchbooks.
I don't have any.
But also, like, I should do graphic design stuff too, so that way I can work on sketches for that.
Yeah.
To do, like, sticker images and just print out.
Yeah.
I should probably do that. Or what I'd really like to do is I'd like to get a 3D printer at some point to make, like, actual, like kind of miniaturized figures.
I really want to get a 3D printer, but that's more for cosplay stuff.
That all right. That's understandable though because you go to so many big cons.
Yeah. Me and Shannon have talked about splitting one. The last time we checked, getting like a decent sized one was going to cost me and her, if we split the price, $200 per person, roughly.
Okay, that's not a bad deal, honestly. Though.
No, but the issue is that you have to have like a large enough space and ventilation. So we're talking about putting it in the garage, but that would require the garage being cleaned out.
Yeah, and where it's not even just the printer where they get you with though either. It's all that filling that they.
It depends on if you do the filament where it's the filling or if you do the resin one.
Yeah, that's just still gonna be so expensive.
It is. No matter what, it's gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
So are you ready for our next segment?
I guess.
Which is the chronically online bisexual. It's okay. So originally I was gonna do the best tweets of 2024 that have happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I was scrolling online today, per usual.
I gave you extra time.
You did. You gave me extra time to scroll online.
Vertigo.
You gave me extra time to scroll online.
Oh.
So today I found out that Starbucks has been fined by the American Disabilities Act, by the ADA.
Why? What?
Yes.
Why?
Because they were charging for milk substitutions.
What?
Being lactose intolerant is considered a disability.
I'm sorry. That's a little funny. That is a little bit funny, but
it's because you can't choose to be lactose intolerant.
You can't. You're right, but it's also honestly, technically, the people that are lactose intolerant are the more normal ones because you're not supposed to be drinking.
No, exactly. In the dairy industry, the whole thing behind that. We're not getting into all of that.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But the ADA has finally come after Starbucks, and so now Starbucks no longer charges extra
for like soy or
coconut, oat milk, any of it. They're not allowed to charge extra for that anymore. But that had me thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, so like you can be lactose intolerant, but if you're like me, you're actually allergic to milk.
Yeah.
So I was like, if being lactose intolerant is considered to be a disability, are allergies considered to be a disability? They are.
But why?
Because you can't choose to be allergic.
Yeah, that's true.
And you have to carry around, depending on the severity of it, you have to carry around an EpiPen like I do.
Yeah.
It is considered a disability.
You looked that up and it said yeah?
Yes. I found it on the ADA website. The official website.
Okay, but I mean like what for? Like if you're allergic to like peanuts, you can't get fried chicken in certain areas if they use peanut oil.
Yeah.
And then they charge you extra if they had it. Well, they wouldn't be able to because they wouldn't have any other oil.
Exactly. So like but it's the fact that it's considered a disability.
But then say Chick-fil-A only uses peanut oil, which I'm pretty sure they do.
They do.
You're just mad because you don't.
They gave me an allergic reaction.
Okay. But you always had checkers all the time on Fridays. Anyways.
What does that have to do with this? What? Oh, I had checkers last night.
Like I said, always on a Friday.
I did have it last night, actually. I really wanted a burger.
That's why I don't like you. You know, when I was watching your dogs, I never once ordered checkers.
You literally said you were going to.
Yeah, I know. I said I was going to, but what I ended up doing was getting like McDonald's or something like that.
Which is so much
no,
worse for you.
I don't think it was McDonald's. It might have been Chick-fil-A, actually. I think it was Chick-fil-A. And it was one time. Because I was just like, you know what? Forget Taylor. But no, so basically what you're saying is if
So like if I
Chick-fil-A
went
uses peanut
somewhere,
butter, right?
so let's say, no, not even that. So let's say I went somewhere and I said, hey, can you substitute out or can you take off like the peanut top, like the peanuts that you sprinkle on top of the salad?
Mhm.
And they tell me, no, they're not allowed to do that. That's an ADA violation because it's considered a disability.
Okay. Alright. I mean, that makes sense. That does make sense. But like,
So when you Google it and it says an allergy can be considered a disability if it simultaneously limits one or more major life activities such as breathing or eating, meaning that a severe allergy could qualify as disability under the law, but not all allergies would meet this criteria. The severity of the allergy and its impact on the daily life are key factors to consider. So basically everything that I'm allergic to is considered to be a disability for me because of how severe it is for me.
because I mean, say somebody's allergic to like animals, right? And they go to an animal shelter.
Well, that's on them. Like that's on them.
Can they sue the shelter now because they wanted to see the animals?
But if you know that you're allergic, why are you going to an animal shelter?
Maybe they should have had some hypoallergenic animals.
You know what's really funny? I used to have a friend that would come over here, and she didn't tell me that she was allergic to cats, right?
Yeah.
So before she would come over, she would pop 2 Benadryl.
Yeah, honestly.
And then come over.
That's what I've seen a lot of people do.
And just like literally like put her face in mischief.
Yeah.
And then one day she didn't take the Benadryl before coming over because she forgot. And she broke out in her eyes. I was like, what the fuck?
You know, you remember my ex, right? I don't want to say her name.
Which one? The hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, that was so quick.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She was technically allergic to her cat.
Really?
Yeah, she was technically allergic to her cat, so she would be popping Benadryl once a day for sure. It was hilarious. I was like, why do you have this cat if you're allergic to it? She was like, I'm getting used to it.
No, that's not
What?
work, man.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, so there was another thing that I found out online today, right? Because you gave me extra time.
Shouldn't have done this.
So you remember in school, whenever there was like a tornado or anything, they'd have you go into the brace position.
Yeah, the whole fetal position.
Yeah. Do you know, like against the wall, right?
Either against the wall or under the desk.
But your back was always facing out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know why they did that?
It was like so glass doesn't hit your face, I thought. Why?
When you're like this, if you're hit, you're more likely to break your neck. It's a clean kill. It's the most painless way to die.
So they wanted you to die faster.
It's less paperwork.
That's so messed up.
I literally found that out today.
They just want the kids to faster.
Mm-hmm.
That's wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
We have a terrible school system.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's awful.
Right?
Why? Why was that a? Is that still a thing that's going on to this day?
Let me look it up.
Like, I know when we were in middle school, um, it was we would go into the stairwells,
So
but also still do that position even in the stairwells.
they're still saying that it's a, you know,
The safest thing.
the safest thing and blah blah blah.
I'm pretty sure you didn't mean to.
No, the traditional brace position where students would sit with their head on their knees and arms wrapped around their legs is generally not used in schools today.
Good.
This may not be the most effective way to protect students in the case of an emergency.
What part was gonna clean break? Like when you
Your
go
neck.
to the bathroom?
Yeah, your neck would break.
Because you're holding onto it?
Yes.
Or is it because like
It's exposed.
if it lifts you up?
Well, it's exposed,
It's
and when you're holding onto it,
Yeah.
the force, you would accidentally break your own neck.
That's such a wild thing.
Right?
I wonder if like the teachers actually knew that.
I don't know.
Like if the
But, yeah,
do you
so
think if the
I saw
teachers
it.
knew that they would have actually been like, yes, it's still okay. I agree with doing this. I feel like some of the teachers might.
Some of them.
But,
And
like,
other ones might have pushed back.
You know, been like, no. No.
Yeah, it was, yeah. That's wild, right?
Yeah. They didn't want us alive. What the heck?
I mean, you can also look at it in a way of like they didn't want kids to suffer.
Yeah, but like that doesn't just because there's a tornado doesn't mean you're necessarily gonna get like taken away or be trapped or like I don't know suffer.
Well, and they're also now stating that in like, so like if a school shooter was to like come into a school or whatever, you know how they used to have us like all crowd into one corner?
Yeah, a corner away from the door or on the same wall as the door.
Yeah, so they're now saying not to do that because it makes easy targets.
Yeah, because they can go through the wall.
Yeah, not just the wall. The walls are
The
usually
wall's a
brick.
Yeah.
No. If the person were to get into the classroom,
Yeah.
turn, that's easy.
I mean, in all honesty, though, also most school shooters are a student that has gone through the whole entire training, so they know what's gonna happen.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just stating what's
Yeah.
online.
It's just messed up. Like, hey, you know what we should do? Teach the kids what we're gonna do when one of them tries to hurt the other. What? No, that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, how else are you supposed to prepare for that type of situation?
You prepare the teachers.
That's not on the teachers.
It is because the teachers are supposed to protect them. At that point,
They're actually not. It's not for their job.
I thought it was.
No.
Okay, well here's the thing. Okay, they're the grown adults. Okay,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
literally.
I'm just no. So like I don't like it when people put it on the teachers that they're supposed to like bear arms and like fight.
I'm not saying bear arms or anything like or fight or anything like that. What I'm saying
because
is like
honestly, let's be completely honest. This shouldn't be a thing in the first place.
no, it shouldn't be. But what I'm saying is like the principal or whoever or whatever makes a loud like announcement over the loudspeaker. It's like like code 42, code blue,
Code 42.
I don't know something. Just a code.
Watch, they're gonna start having panic buttons on your desk. Now.
Like honestly, it just sets off an alarm, and then the teacher should know. Like, okay, let's go lock the door, and then tell the kids like, hey, shut up. get in this corner or go into this area or get behind this like wall or something like that to where like no training for the kids, just yeah, they'll be freaked out, but like at the same time the shock is honestly probably best for them because it's gonna keep them in check and shut up.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily,
Freeze.
but it doesn't like it.
It's fight, flight, and freeze.
Flight, fight, and freeze.
Yes.
Yeah, they might freeze, but at the same time, it's just what else are you gonna do? Because you're still teaching the possible shooter what's going to happen.
Well, but on top of that, it's honestly also a lot of adults as well.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not, but like we had that one adult that literally went into that movie theater and shot up like an entire theater of like children for a children's movie or something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But
so I'm gonna redirect us to a happier topic.
Please do. Because
your holiday rants.
Yeah, this is a happier topic.
Yeah, I don't know. I said a different topic. It's time for your ridiculous rants.
Alright. Okay.
I don't know what else to do. We started talking about school shootings and I wanted to get away from it.
Yeah, it's true. Alright. Okay. Alright, okay. God, I don't even know how I was gonna start this now.
I don't know.
I don't know how I was gonna start it. But
you want me to start it with my wildest story?
Nah, alright.
What's your wildest story, actually?
My wildest story of
working during the holidays, yeah.
Okay, so just for reference, we're talking about like customers when we were in retail.
Or restaurants.
Or working as servers or whatever, really.
During the holiday season.
Yeah, during the holiday seasons. It's most of y'all customers, I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all suck ass.
Yeah, you're terrible people. God awful.
It does not matter what age you are.
Yeah. You're terrible human beings. Don't get me wrong, there are a few that are still pleasant to be around.
I would say honestly about a good portion of them aren't
nowadays. From
different.
what I see, I feel like it's about 60-40.
I'm gonna be so honest. I try to
actually
completely zone out everybody else around me whenever I'm in. Not to a degree where I'm aloof, but I'm not trying to pay attention because as somebody who has worked in retail majority of my life, if I were to see it, I would say something since I don't work in retail anymore and my job's not on the line.
You remember that one day that we went into Walmart and we
asked that lady for the
circle cups?
Yes.
And literally she showed me so many different areas and she was so nice about it.
Yeah,
I was just it's all good. If I can't find it right now, it's fine.
And then she found us later on.
Yeah. She
with
literally
the cups.
searching and she brought 3 different
colors
varieties
and everything.
And was just do you want one of these? And I was just yes.
That's exactly what we were looking for, yeah.
Oh my god. You didn't even have to do all of that. That was going way above and beyond.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think it's because of the fact that
we were nice. Yeah, we were actually nice.
Bad. So just if you're nice to the workers, they'll treat you right. They're not gonna be complete a-holes to you if you aren't complete a-holes to them.
Oh yeah, if I had a really nice customer that came in when I was working one of my many retail jobs, we always had coupons up at the desk. There was always some sort of sale going on.
Yeah.
Whether we promoted it or not, there was a sale going on. You would just have to go look for the coupon, but we always had them. So if you were really mean to me throughout the entire process, full price, I don't care. Yeah. If you're super nice, oh my god, look, I have this coupon here. Let me scan it for you real quick.
Mm-hmm. Most of the people, I can't stand most people.
I can't either.
I mean, if you want to tell yours, I have
two that pop off in my head automatically.
I have one that just pops up in my head every time.
So since we're talking specifically holidays, I'll start with that one and then I'll tell my other one. So years ago, years ago when I was still in college, I was working at Kohl's. And I had told my managers, I was like, I'm going home for Thanksgiving. Do not put me on for Black Friday. Like I'm on break anyways. I'm going home. Like and I live 3 hours away. They called me day of and were like, we really need you. Can you come work like this evening? Fine, whatever. I'll come. I'm coming up the next day anyway. So I drive all the way home. I get changed for work. And I go. So when I worked there, I did I was a cashier. So I rang people up and everything. And I'm sitting there and I'm ringing people up and I'm going through the day. And it's mainly just a bunch of like old white women that are coming through and shopping. Because we're not attached to a mall. We're a standalone store.
Also, keep in mind, this is pre-COVID. So Black Friday was even worse.
Yes.
I mean, Black Friday is nothing now.
Yeah, no, this was pre-COVID. This was honestly when like Cyber Monday was still Cyber Monday, like Black Friday was still like Black Friday. Like there were
no opened up like a few hours early on like Thanksgiving.
But there was like, no like sales going on early before or anything like that. So I'm checking all of these people out. I'm like half smiling. I'm like not really paying attention. I'm just going through the motions, right? Well, this one old lady comes up and she wants to have a conversation with me, and I'm kind of like indulging her and everything. And so we're having this conversation. And she looks at me, she goes, oh my God, I love your tan. Where did you get it done? And I was like, oh, it's not a tan.
Yeah.
And I just kept ringing her up. And she was like, no, like, seriously, like, where did you get your tan done at? Like, it looks really well done. And I was like, I just kind of like stopped what I was doing and I like looked at her and I was like, it's my skin.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't. Okay. And so at this point, I can tell she's getting frustrated, but I'm genuinely confused at this point. I'm like, it's my skin. And she's like, I don't know why you need to lie about the fact that you got a fake tan done for the holidays. She's like, I get it. I'm just asking where you got it done. And I was like, my dad's black. I don't know what to tell you. Like it's my skin tone.
Did it shut her up at least? Did you tell her? Like you actually said my dad's black?
Yeah, I just looked at her. I was like, my dad's black.
Yeah.
And she was like, if you want to lie, that's fine. And just like checked out and hopped off. And I was just like,
okay.
All right. And I was just kind of like, I rang up like for an extra cashier. And so a manager came up and she was like, hey, what's up? What do you need? I said, I need a minute.
Yeah.
And she's like, what's wrong? And I said, can you take over? I was like, I really just need a minute.
Yeah.
And I could hear because I just walked away at that point because I'm just like in such a like bewildered moment. I hear the customer like as I'm walking away and my manager's like walking around to come in. Customer come up and saying, just go, I can't believe that lady said that to her. And I'm just like, what just happened?
It's like, I know you're lying. You don't need to lie.
And I was like,
what?
My skin. My skin.
Yeah, like, what do I need to lie about, Brad? I don't. Customer, man. I love them so much.
And so the other story that I have is from when I worked retail. Not retail, in restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
So I worked at a Cracker Barrel. And which Cracker Barrel does not have a good thing right now. Did you hear about the Cracker Barrel that denied the special ed kids?
No, what?
Yeah, I'll send that to you. Yeah, it was a store in Maryland.
What the heck? What the heck?
Yeah. So
Why?
they said that they don't serve that kind.
Bruh.
Or something like that. Yeah, it was a whole thing. I'll send you the story. So it was being sent around on Facebook, and then it actually became like it made it into the shade room.
What?
The shade room.
I don't know where that.
It's a thing on. It's a page on Instagram. Anyways,
Uh,
it's like a it's like TMZ.
okay, gotcha.
It's like a TMZ thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was working at Cracker Barrel, right?
Yeah.
And it was lunchtime, so usually where I was at that time during lunch, the you know how it's usually two sides of a dining room?
Mm-hmm.
That would be split between two people because lunch was never really that busy. So I'm working the back lunchroom, somebody else is working the front lunchroom. Excuse me.
Damn, child.
I don't know what's
drinking
going
soda.
on. I know, right? I'm drinking
weird.
water.
Yeah, that's so weird. You getting all of my burps?
Apparently. But so I'm working the backside.
Yeah.
And this old couple comes in, sweet little woman. Her husband's on a wheelchair, and she like pushes him back. Right. I'm just gonna preference the story with I got a man in a wheelchair kicked out. No, all right. I'm just gonna preference this story with that before I continue on. All right, and I promise you, by the end of it, you're gonna understand where I was coming from. Right. Okay. So I go to serve them and everything, and he's not really talking. She's mainly like talking and everything, and she's super sweet, super nice, right? And then she, at some point after I drop off their drinks, gets up and like goes to the restroom to wash her hands and everything before the food comes out. She's still not out when the food comes out, you know, because she's in the restroom. And so I bring the plates out and I set them down, and the old man grabs me by my wrist, and he's like, "If I had a night with a woman like you," he's like, "the things that I would do," he's like, "if only my legs still worked," and like starts like spewing all of this like really sexual nonsense at me. And I'm just like standing there and I'm like, okay.
I can take that somewhere else.
I was like, okay, thank you.
You think you're at the wrong spot?
And so I go back into like my thing, and there was more that still needed to go out because they had some sides that weren't ready yet.
Yeah.
And so like I go back in to grab the rest of it, and I'm like standing there and I'm staring at the food, and my manager's like, "You good?" And my manager's name was Bob, and he was a hard A. All right, he was a hard A to the max. But me and one of my other coworkers, who was another female, he loved us to death. Like literally, he would yell at everyone else and be like, "But you two are actually doing good. I like you guys. Keep it up." He genuinely really liked us because we actually did our jobs, and like we came when we didn't need to, and we like did extra stuff. But so I'm like staring at the food, and he's like, you know, he's like, "Take the food out. Like, you got it. Like, it's your table, right?" And I'm like staring at it, and I'm like, "I can't go back out there." And he's like, "What do you mean you can't go back out there?" And I'm just like staring at the food, and I'm like, Bob, I can't do it." And he's like, what do you mean you can't do it?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think." I was like, I turned to look at him, and I was like, "I think I just got sexually harassed by a man in a wheelchair." And he just stared at me, and he was like, "What?" And so I told him everything, and he was like, "I'm going to kindly ask them if we can box up their food for them to take it to go home." And so he went to go ask the lady to come back at this point, and I was grabbing her food. And he went to go ask them, and all I hear is the wife go, "Really? Really? You did it again? This is why we can never go out anywhere. And I'm just like standing in the back and I'm like, oh, oh.
Dude doesn't chill. This isn't the first time.
Literally, I was like, this is like an occurrence.
Yeah.
Like, this is like who he is.
I wonder if it's because I wonder if he thinks he can get away with it because he's in a wheelchair.
He clearly knows he can't because
It's happened multiple
it's
times.
happened so many times that it's gotten to the point where she's yelling at him.
But I'm
about it.
wondering though. I'm wondering if he's like, look, it's gonna work one of these times. Like,
He could be.
it's
Listen,
like,
listen, we both know which area it was in.
Yeah.
All right. He probably was thinking that.
yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt it. Man, what the heck?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I've had to deal with some weird customers before, but like, no, actually, I have had some.
I believe it because I have seen some of my male coworkers in those facilities who have also been like had women who have gotten very handsy.
It's not serious thing. It's not just women. though. I've had guys hit on me too.
Well, listen, when Lonnie was a bartender, he used to flirt with the guys to get the bigger checks that he like the bigger
I
tips.
can't. I wasn't able to accept.
Oh yeah,
that,
you
though.
weren't. You weren't. You weren't.
No, like,
Yeah, because you worked at a grocery store.
yeah, like
You were not allowed to accept tips.
I had people try to give me tips.
They try to give you the tip.
No, 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 no. All right. Let me tell you the worst one that I ever had to deal with. Not like flirty guy or anything like that, but like okay. So this was also like pre-COVID.
Everything
was-
is pre-COVID. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We only worked these jobs pre-COVID.
Um. So me and my coworker were working the seasonal aisle or the seasonal like section. It was we had an entire like section basically that we were working that day, and it was to just mainly stock those shelves and like make sure everything was good.
Yeah.
So it had like all the Christmas trees, all the ornaments, the lights, everything. And it was like December time ish. This couple comes in. Um, the woman kind of splits off to go look at the ornaments, and the guy is kind of like looking at trees or whatever. And I see he's looking at like a tree that doesn't have any like boxes out there at the moment. And so me and my coworker go up to him, and we're like, "Hey, do you need help finding anything?"
Was this retail?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
detail. He didn't respond at all. Didn't acknowledge our existence. Nothing. No nod. Nothing. So we said it again. We were just like, "Hey, excuse me, do you need help finding anything?" Waited a few seconds. Nothing. Still didn't acknowledge that we were existing at all. So we asked the third time. Still no, acknowledgement. So we were just like, "Fuck it, all right." We were just like, "All right, well, I guess you don't fucking need any help." And we started walking away. And as we start walking away, he's just like, he yells at us. He's just like, "If I need some damn fucking help, I'll ask you for some fucking help. But until then, I don't need no damn help." And we're just like, "Oh, you think you're getting fucking help now? No. You can get the fuck out, is what you can get." And he's like, "Oh, all right, you want to take this shit outside?" We're just like, "Yeah, let's go the fuck outside." Like, sure,
First of all,
I'm down.
Why are you
And
trying
then-
to find a
And then his like girl comes over and she's just like, "Whoa, we're not doing all this. Not no. This is like the third store we've gone to. We're good. We're all right. We're okay. I'm sorry.
third
We're
store?
good." Yeah. I'm like, I'm cool with you, lady. You do?
You gotta go.
He needs to get away from me, or I might strangle him. I don't care at this point. Like, It was just, he was so irritating.
And so
Like,
aggressive for no reason.
yeah, I'm like, bro, and then like after they walked away, like 3 other people were just like, "Are you guys okay? Like, are you okay?"
I think that that's probably one of my favorite things is whenever somebody is like being absolutely horrible, right? And then everybody else just kind of looks at you and they're like, after they walk away, they're like, are you okay?
Yeah,
And it's like, why didn't you say anything while it was getting
yeah, exactly.
like, why are
Speak
you
up.
speak up?
Like, bruh, what? Why are you asking me now? What if we did get into a fight? Were you gonna help them?
Like, or were you just gonna like stand there and watch?
Yeah, like, were you gonna
What?
pull out your phone and be like, "Oh my god, this employee just beat this"?
Okay, if it was Waffle House though, I would get it.
Yeah, okay, that's understand. That's a whole
Oh my
different
god.
thing, though.
Okay, but can we also real quick segue real quick? Have you seen Japanese people finding out about Waffle House? Or what is it? The creator of the fighting game.
Tekken, Street Fighter.
Yeah. Everybody keeps saying that they want a Waffle House map, right?
Ooh, that'd be a good one, yeah.
So he started doing research into what Waffle House is. And he made tweets about it. He was like, how is this place still in business?
I mean,
It's a Waffle House.
yeah, and then you got.
He's like, why do you go there?
It's good waffles. What you mean? Waffles and entertainment. It's a live show. What do you mean? That's why we go there.
They get food in a show.
Yeah.
For the price of only the food.
I mean, why do people go to Sakura? Like, you know what I mean? People cook in front of you.
Sorry, that just made me think about that real quick.
Yeah. But, yeah, no. I can't stand customers, bro. I can't stand most people. Like,
And I will say sometimes it is the workers. And one thing that popped
Yeah.
in my mind is my Wawa incident
mm-hmm.
with the whole yelling at me about dropping a straw.
Yeah.
And like going to so basically the story is it was a really, really dark time in my life last year.
Mm-hmm.
I had family going through a lot at the time, and I mentally was really clouded. I wasn't sleeping very well. I was super, super stressed, and the Dunkin' that I usually always go to was getting remodeled at the time, so they were closed. I didn't have any coffee at home. I really just needed coffee. I was waiting on my mom so that we could go to the hospital to check on our family member and everything. And so I'd gone to the Wawa near my house, and I ordered an iced coffee. And I went to grab a straw, and as I grabbed one straw, another straw fell.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my cup in one hand and my straw in the other hand, and my brain was so frazzled. And I just kind of like watched the straw drop, and I looked at it, and I was like, okay, I have to grab that, but my hands are full. So how do I do this? Because sleep deprived and not thinking straight and just coming from a huge cry session,
Yeah.
you don't think. Your brain's not functioning.
Yeah, that's true.
Because at the time, also remember, we didn't know what was happening with that family member at all. So I turn and I go to set the drink down with the straw. And as soon as I do that, the worker there is like, really, you can't even pick up the damn straw that you dropped. Like, you think that that's just what we're here for, and blah, blah, blah. And then starts talking all this nonsense about me to another customer who's standing right there, and she's agreeing with him. Yeah, it's just something wrong with that generation, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just standing there, and they're going on and on and on. And about 5 minutes pass, and I'm just standing there, and I'm like, it's going to stop. It has to stop. Please, for the love of God, just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't know what's happening right now. Like, and this is my biggest thing of like, you never know what's going on in someone's life.
Mm-hmm.
I was probably at my lowest point I've ever been in my life. Like, since probably like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
I was in that mental headspace that I was around, because it was also around the same time that all that stuff happened when I was around that age. And so I'm begging, like, in my head for it to stop. And then I finally look up and I'm like, can you please stop? Like, I'm right here. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm going through a lot right now. And like, I didn't mean to. Like, it wasn't on purpose. It was just a straw. Like,
Mm-hmm.
stop. And he's like, well, my mom could have fallen off a ladder and like hit her head, and you don't see me here looking for a pity party and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, seriously, like, I'm not trying to do any of that. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
And it literally got to a point where I asked for a manager at that point, because I was like, I understand, like, customers are really, really annoying.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
do have customers who do feel entitled and things like that. But I know me, and I know that for the past almost 10 years of my life, I worked customer service. Heck, right now, I still work customer service as my job. That's what I do. I work with people all day. So, like, I get it.
Yeah.
But it got to a point where I was like, I need a manager. I told the manager what was happening, and she was like, that is, what in the world? And other customers, like, it stopped the entire wall, and people were staring at me, and I have horrible social anxiety. So, like, that was also super bad, of like everybody staring at me. And this one girl was like, dude, it's like, she was like, girl, this is a Wawa. And I was like, it literally has nothing to do with it being a Wawa, and everything to do with the fact that he's literally treating me like
garbage.
Like garbage. For no reason.
Yeah. Like, all because the straw fell on the ground?
All because the straw fell on the ground. And this is like why I'm always saying, like, you never know what anyone's going through. And that's also why I was trying to not say anything, because, like, same thing of, like, I'm going through something right now. He could have had, like, the worst morning ever.
Yeah, like, I see a lot of people drop stuff all the time. Like, I'll still just pick it up for them.
And so, like, in my head, I was like, it's gonna stop. It has to stop. He's just having a bad morning. You're working at a Wawa, like, right near a highway in the morning. Yeah. I think it was like 7 a.m. when I went to go get the coffee, because I had already been awake for like 4 hours at that point. So I was like, I get it. You probably have had a really rough morning. You've probably dealt with some really bad customers. So I was like, he just needs to get it out of his system. But then it didn't stop. And it kept going and going and going. Yeah. And the other thing is, like, you're doing it in front of me with another customer.
Yeah. What's crazy is the customer was agreeing. Like, that's crazy. Like, I get it, customers definitely should stand up for employees that are, like, being treated poorly. But, yes. Like, that person wasn't being treated poorly.
No, I literally dropped a straw.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm, like, downplaying anything that I did. It literally is, like, that's what it is I dropped a straw.
Yeah, like...
It wasn't, like, the entire container of straws dropped.
No.
Like, if that was the thing, I would have been, like... I would have, like, shut my eyes and been like, I'm so sorry. And, like... set my stuff down and then started picking up the straws.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, sometimes it is the employees.
Yeah.
But most of the time it is the customers.
Yeah.
I hate that saying, the customer's always right. Okay.
No.
I don't know what's happening.
Customers, I'm sorry. Most of the time,
no,
customers never.
Are we still video? Can you still see video?
Yeah.
Okay. Because on here it's, like, not...
It's not showing at all.
Yeah. No, it's saying that we're offline again.
No, I still see it.
Alright. I don't know what's happening again.
Yeah. Still going.
I don't know what's happening. I don't...
Refresh, I guess? I don't know.
Well, last time, remember, we did that, it wouldn't connect us anymore. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know how are we going to end it then?
Well, it's back now.
Okay. Well, great. We're gonna have to figure something out for this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a week to figure it out. But, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing it now.
I don't know. Because it didn't happen last time. So, I don't know why it's doing that now.
I have no idea. Alright, well, I say we should end this here now just because it's starting to act wonky again.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for joining us for this week's episode. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you somehow missed this week's episode, you can always go back to our YouTube channel and watch it again, or find us on any platform that you listen to your podcast on.
We still post on Spotify, Apple, Amazon.
Yep. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry we're a day late.
DJ had some medical issues.
Yeah. It was weird. Weird issues I've never dealt with before. So. Yeah.
But thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next Friday at 8:30.
See you then. I should do this sign off now. I was just like, like
Okay,
that sign
I'm
off
done
all
with
the
you.
time.
Ooh. Did you end?
I don't know. I think it's still going. Yeah, it's definitely still going.
It's not letting me end.
It's
It disconnected again.
It's totally still going right now.
Having trouble connecting. Are you kidding me?
It's gonna be the
Oh
best
my
thing.
god. Reload. We're gonna reload this.
This is gonna be great, guys. This is gonna be great.
Oh my god. It's doing it again, DJ. What do I do?
I don't know how to end it.
I don't know how to end it either.
Oof. That hurt. I don't know how we would end it if you can't get back in.
I don't know. We're gonna try it. Sorry, everyone. We're having technical difficulties.
Well, that's great.